To part with the, quote, king's ransom that Morey wants, this is all according to the report. Another source said that the Sixers reportedly had to pick between Simmons and Embiid, which Embiid responded to this morning on Twitter. He said, so that's the report. And then he responded, sources, quote, trust me, bro. Stop using my name to push people's agendas. I love and hate drama. I love playing with Ben. Stats don't lie. He's an amazing player, and we all didn't get the job done. It's on me personally. I hope everyone is back because we know we're good enough to win. And then he followed that with, from my own experience, y'all have no idea how much this media makes stuff up for followers, and shame on you for believing them.
Well, I don't think Simmons is terribly happy. I don't think that's a make-believe story.
I don't make a habit of defending everything that us nerdy media people do. But making up stories for followers that's not a thing. Like, for legitimate people that are paid to report on teams. Like, it's not about followers. Like, it's our job. Our jobs to give our opinion. It's reporters' jobs to find the story and sources and talk to different people within the organization and talk to different players. And it's not for followers. It's no secret that there is an issue here. It's actually very obvious that there's an issue here because Ben Simmons is not there. So there's nothing to make up. The situation is not a good situation. Now, I understand Joel Embiid saying he doesn't want to be in it. Now, how I get in it, that part I understand, because Joel Embiid has done nothing but play really hard, play great, and work through a lot of adversity for this team. But this doesn't work. This doesn't fit. It doesn't.
It's not a good. It's not a good personality fit. It's not a good game fit.
But that's not on Joel Embiid.
No, and Embiid is. Listen, Embiid wants them to get the most they can. So Embiid's smart enough to know is that he doesn't want to sell this thing as a mess because that gives the Sixers less leverage. If I was Embiid, I'd be like, we get along great because
right.
that. Today, Washington's Ron Rivera committed to Ryan Fitzpatrick with Cam Newton available. Oh, God, how embarrassing. Ron Rivera was over Cam Newton, so much so he chose his backup. Washington's not going to bring in Cam Newton. Come on. Do your job, media. That's not going to happen. Dallas is a backup. It's got a shot. Be effective, I think. Let's look at Cam's prime. Oh, wait. He doesn't have one. He never had a prime. He's the Macarena, not the Beatles. He's not even Aerosmith. He's not even the Backstreet Boys. He didn't have 3-4 straight great years. He had one. It was an MVP. If you take that out, he's under 50% in his career. 60, 62, and 1. This isn't baseball where stats matter. You got to win games. Mahomes wins games. Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson win games. Brady wins games. With Belichick and Ron Rivera, Cam couldn't win games. I want you to know this about Ron Rivera. He takes over Washington last year. It's a complete rebuild. It's a completely dysfunctional organization. Owner down. He wins the division and gives the eventual Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, everything they can handle in a playoff game with Taylor Heineke. Ron Rivera's a great coach. Belichick's the best coach. They couldn't win with Cam consistently. Let's stop this. If you look at the MVP year for Cam, it is amazing. The year before, he was awful. 5-8-1, passer rating, low 80s. The year after, the MVP was worse. He completed 52% of his throws, went 6-8. This is not baseball. Nerds sitting around trading cards on stats, on base percentage, OPB, yes, you know me. Nobody cares. Win games. Mahomes wins games. Brady wins games. Russell Wilson wins everywhere. He won in high school. He won at NC State. He won in Wisconsin. He wins in Seattle. He wins everywhere. Gives a rip about his stats. Cam didn't even have a prime. He didn't have a prime. There is no prime. Matt Ryan's got a prime. You guys all bang on Jimmy Garoppolo. He's 24-8 as a starter. Well, he's got a great coach. Really? Kyle Shanahan's record, 6 games under 500 when Garoppolo doesn't start. Is he a great coach? I think so. Ron Rivera and Belichick, Shanahan. I think they're all great coaches. But let's report the truth. Cam's now a backup. And I'm not sure he wants to be a backup. I think Dallas is a really interesting fit. It is an organization that can handle stars. And Dak's really secure in himself, is a really solid guy, Dak can handle anything. Dak's handled anthem controversies. He can handle Jerry Jones. He handled Zeke's nonsense. He handles Dak can handle anything. Okay, Dak is built uniquely. He can handle all the noise. Russell Wilson could handle it. I don't even know if Aaron could handle it. I don't think Tom Leighton is, there's certain guys that are great, and I'm not sure if that worked. Dak can handle it. But we got to be fair about this. Cam has no prime. It doesn't exist. There's not 3 to 4 years of, wow. Even Matt Ryan's got that. So the media needs to cover what's happening, not what they hope happens. By the way, Ron Rivera asked yesterday about potentially adding the great Cam Newton.
It did pop up on our radar, but just so you know, Ryan Fitzpatrick is our starting quarterback. So that's where we are. We have 3 guys we like, that all came to camp, did a nice job for us, and we're going to go forward with those guys.
Oh, he showed up on the radar. So did Clouds. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. They're going to go with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and they're going to win the division. By the way, Washington's going to win the division with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ron Rivera, second-year rebuild. He's a pretty good coach. Joy with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
Well, the Eagles had yet to announce their starting quarterback, but head coach Nick Sirianni finally said yesterday that Jalen Hurts will be under center week 1.
All right, there we go.
Jalen's our starter, and really and he's done a great job. We wanted him to take advantage of the opportunity and take the reins with the advantage of the opportunity that he got. And we feel like the preseason that he did that. I consistently saw a player that got better every single day. I consistently saw a player make the read, getting better with his reads and his accuracy and his ability to run and when not to run, And so he did exactly what we wanted him to do.
Well, it was pretty much assumed that Hurts was the starter,
right? But
the Eagles had yet to officially confirm. He only played in 1 game this preseason to preserve his health. Interestingly enough, for all the slack that we give Alabama quarterbacks, 3 of them will be starting week 1.
That's right. That's funny. That's right.
Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, and Tua. So the race is on to see who the best Alabama quarterback is.
I will say this. They kept 4 tight ends in Philadelphia, and that's not a small thing. I actually like that move. I can beat up on Philadelphia all I want, but what they're telling you is we've got a young quarterback. A young quarterback's best friends are tight ends. Three of the tight ends I like a lot.
Tight ends and running backs.
Yeah. So Philadelphia said, listen, we're not. And by the way, the receiver they got from TCU last year, who had a bumpy first year, has had a very good preseason. They also went and got Devontae Smith, the Alabama, the kind of thin receiver. So they're doing it the right way. Is they're giving him
weapons,
elements that young quarterbacks need. A lot of tight ends. They draft a quarterback or a wide receiver. So as much as I bang on Philadelphia, with Jalen Hurts here, they've given him some really nice pieces to help him in his first full year of being the guy. I'll give him credit for that.
I hope they give him the opportunity to see if he's the guy, though. That is the thing that gives me hesitation with Philadelphia, because they went from what we thought was a very functional, well-run organization to a very dysfunctional organization very quickly. And I think Jalen Hurts, despite his numbers and the record last year, I thought I saw things from him that were interesting, that could develop into great things.
He and Gardner Minshew have some similarities in that they can move, they can when they run, they throw, they can both. Like certain guys, Dwayne Haskins runs, his accuracy implodes. Jalen Hurts and Minshew can run around.
And their accuracy doesn't go down.
Yeah, I mean they're just kind of playmakers. They can move, they can throw. So, and they have a offensive line that needs reseeding. They got to go in the draft next couple of years. But so it's
most teams want to update and upgrade their offensive line. It's very hard to build an offensive line. Although I do feel like that's where teams with young quarterbacks should put the most emphasis.
Yes.
But I'm really interested to see what Jalen Hurts does this year. So the 4th episode of HBO's Hard Knocks aired last night, and we got to see that Dak has ditched his pitch counts in practice, and the Cowboys quarterback seems pumped and ready to go this season. He said, "Oh, I'm back. I ain't scared. I put a little touch on that one. It worked out. Be smooth, run fast, get in, get out. I'm telling you, I'm playing quick mentally.
All right.
Dak resumes full participation in team drills after 4 weeks resting and rehabilitating his strain in his throwing shoulder. So the Cowboys open next Thursday night. So close.
They're getting, I think the line is up to,
Against the
they're getting
Bucks.
7.5 points. I'm not giving I'd take Dallas. That's a lot of points. This isn't college football.
That's dramatic.
I know.
Maybe it's because of Dak's shoulder?
I think that's some of it. I mean, Tampa's really good. Let's not deny that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot of points. So
Maybe it's because Tampa's really good and they're running it back.
And they have all their coaches back.
Yeah, because generally there's a little bit of a shakeup, so you're not quite sure what you're going to get. I don't know. That's still a really big line.
Yeah.
So, I can't. So the Philadelphia Inquirer reported yesterday that Ben Simmons told team brass, including head coach Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey, that he doesn't want to play for the team anymore and he does not intend to report to training camp. They have obviously